If you want any more information on this form of racing, you can find it on the EFRA website, efra.ws. So here we go, this is what we're expecting people to tune in for. Ollie Payne from 1. Michael Orlowski from 2. Marcus Mobers from 3. Oliver Bottleneck from 4. Catchball from 5, Tim Altman 6, Arnaud Lemperrier 7, Mark Stiles 8, Hupo Honigel 9, and Alexander Anderson 10. Our defending champion. Hupo Honigel starting 9th. I had a little bit of a chat with him earlier. You'll see that coming up during the lunch break.
So this is it.
This is it. This is the A final.
First main event of the day.
It is, yes. So everybody eagerly gathering around. Can see down there marshals waiting to get to position. What you actually see is these two marshals here in front of you, the 7 and I think it's could be the 1. Marshals, they won't actually start on their spots. So what they'll, if anybody's wondering why you just see a couple of marshals run across the track,
yeah,
it's so that these two marshal points in the middle on these two stalls, they're not blocking the view of the track at all, blocking the view of the grid.
Got you.
So that's what's going on. So let's clear the grid line up and get the live positions up at the side. So here we go. Coming into 30 seconds. We're going to start off from the main straight. So looking at Ollie Payne with Michael Orlowski behind him, then Marcus Mobers. Let's see how they get away. Silence descends around the pits.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Okay, so they're away. Ollie Payne leads off from Michael Orlowski and Marcus Mobers. So first 3 get away. There's all kinds of carnage behind them, but that doesn't matter. We want to concentrate on the first 3. So Ollie Payne leads away off down the main straight, first time. Let's see what their opening laps were. 11.4 from Ollie Payne and 11.9. So already Ollie Payne going away from Michael Orlowski. Orlowski seems to have checked it though, actually. We have seen this during qualifying. Orlowski does look to have the pace advantage early on. Ollie Payne then manages to stretch the gap a little bit further later on if we can do. So watching as they're going away, Ollie Payne leading this one, driving very defensively from Michael Orlowski. He's just heading round, coming out onto the main straight one more time. These two already making a break from Marcus Mobers, so it does look like the battle for the overall win is going to be between these two, barring any absolute disasters. I can see Mark Stiles has popped out in 4th place, so good going there from Mark as well. So we're watching Ollie Payne leading this one from Michael Orlowski. Orlowski not really familiar with 12 scale, it's Ollie Payne's main class. And the class that we used to seeing Ollie run. Ollie driving fairly defensively, so not to open the gap for Orlowski, as they're just coming down the main straight this time. So this lead battle that's going on, the lead car of Ollie Payne, the white front, black centre, pink rear car with the 1 car. Michael Orlowski, the all orange car with the 2 car. So these two together as they're off down the main straight one more time. They're just about to start coming up in towards some traffic, so I think that's going to be the 4 car that they catch first. No, it will be the 7 car of Lemperrier, I think. Oliver Bottleneck's dropped out of this one. So this lead battle really, really tight now. So we're going to see this, I think, as a bit of an opportunity for Michael Orlowski as they start coming up in towards the traffic. The traffic's going to know that they're coming and need to do something about it. But Ollie Payne having to drive a little bit tight, a little bit defensively. It's allowing Orlowski to close in. Orlowski's got some tremendous pace at this stage of the race. It looks like, looking at their fastest laps, Orlowski's got it at the moment with an 11.8 compared to an 11.9 for Ollie Payne. But Ollie doing everything he needs to. He's keeping the car parked on the apex. Not really opening the door at all for Orlowski. Orlowski all over the back of Ollie, doing absolutely everything he can. Marcus Mobers keeping a watch in brief. Ollie doing absolutely everything right. all kinds of pressure from Michael Orlowski that he's putting on him. But this is a great drive, great show from two up-and-coming stars. I mean, Michael Orlowski, already an RC superstar, already a European champion. If Ollie Payne can keep driving like this as well, then there's a good possibility that he will become one today. So Ollie Payne still leading this one from Michael Orlowski. He's resisting the pressure so far. So Orlowski's doing absolutely everything he can to try and get past Ollie, but Ollie is doing everything he needs. They're going to be closing in. Small mistake there from Ollie. Orlowski just tags him, but does the good, polite thing. It stops and waits. Mobers is actually closed up a little bit on there, and I can see Mark Stiles not a million miles behind Mobers either, so he's a little length of the straight covering the top three, but that does account for, or that is taking into account that little bobble that they had. So Ollie Payne still leading this one, resisting the pressure. That's not really unsettled in that little tag from Michael Orlowski. So traffic they're about to start coming up on, so I think Lemperriere is going to be, Lemperriere and Alexander Anderson are going to have to get out of the way for this lead battle. There's two of them really next to each other. They're starting to stretch their advantage again over Marcus Mobers. So these two edging away, heading off down the main straight one more time. So Ollie is closing, and Arnaud Lemperriere does exactly the right thing and pulls out of the way. Alexander Anderson now needs to actually be aware that the orange car that's just behind Ollie isn't the car that he was battling, because he was battling a plain orange car. That's always the danger when you're running, not running race paint, when you're running a single colour body shell, that other drivers might confuse you with another similar colour car. Oh, nearly a change of lead there. We had Orlowski got alongside Ollie, and just a little barrier tap from him. So Ollie maintains the lead there. Did a little bit of a donut from Orlowski, but he carries back on, and he's right back with Ollie now. So Orlowski looks like he's got the pace now. If he can find a way past Ollie, it looks like he can get away. So Ollie doing everything he can. A little bit deep into the chicane from Ollie there. He just about manages to get the car stopped on the apex and doesn't let Orlowski take advantage of the extra momentum. So this is a fantastic display of RC racing here that you're seeing. Oh, and a mistake there from Orlowski. That's dropped the pressure right off of Ollie. So he saw an opportunity, dived for the gap, and Orlowski tapped the barrier and dropped over. And in fact, that's promoted Marcus Mobers into second. So Mobers not a million miles behind now. So Marcus Mobers running it in second place from Michael Orlowski. That could be absolutely critical later, because if it comes to a tie break, if we're running, I think we've got a replay actually of Michael Orlowski's mistake. Let's just see if we can watch that. So you can watch them as they came through the chicane section in the centre. That was all fine. So you can see Orlowski tries to take a bit of a dive straight over the bot dot and ends up in the wall, turns round, and he gets himself out in front of, or just behind Marcus Mobers. So this is played into Ollie Payne's hands. Ollie Payne still leading this one out onto the main straight. We've got Marcus Mobers now in front of Michael Orlowski, and we were saying this could be absolutely critical, because if it does come down later on to someone not having two wins, the next score will count. And if Marcus Mobers can hold off Michael Orlowski and get a second place and get the second place finish, then Ollie Payne knows that he might not need to beat Michael Orlowski later. He might have the advantage of being able to let Michael Orlowski go and just tuck in behind him and not actually have to defend too much. So it is a possibility, but of course, knowing Ollie, he's going to want to win this from the front. He's doing everything he needs to at the moment. We've got 1 minute and 20 to go. So Ollie is running around. It looks like he's catching a battle between Adam Catchpole and Alexander Anderson. So he's not going to want to get sort of trip over those two or get tripped over by either of those two. So Ollie doing everything he needs to. I'm not sure actually. Ollie's not catching them very quickly. I'm not sure if he's managing the race in his mind. It is a valid thing. He doesn't want to be getting involved in that. Those two know he's going to be there. But at the moment, he's got enough of a lead. He knows Marcus Mobers is in second, and Orlowski needs to get past him. And that was a mistake from Alexander Anderson, and I suspect Ollie was fully clenched then as he went past. But he's now back out and running. He's got a comfortable-ish lead, as comfortable as a lead can be with 30 seconds to go. So Ollie Payne doing everything he needs to. He's resisted the pressure from Michael Orlowski. In the end, it was Orlowski that cracked, And Orlowski now running in 3rd place, so behind Mobers. So this could be absolutely critical to the outcome of the meeting. Adam Catchpole, sorry, getting out of the way of the battle for 2nd. Ollie Payne makes it onto the extra lap. Let's have a look. 5 seconds to go, so Ollie Payne is going to bring it home as he comes across the line. So Ollie Payne takes the win in the first leg. He's resisted the pressure. It's the 2nd place battle now, and Marcus Mobers just gets it from Michael Orlowski. So we've got 0.2 of a second between the 2nd and 3rd place. But there's a fantastic win there for Ollie Payne. So that is the first part of the job done for him. So